Hey folks, it's instrument time. Today we're going to be talking about the Alvarez Baritone. It comes in several very slightly different flavors. Let's start by talking about Alvarez themselves. Alvarez is a marque owned by the St. Louis Music Corporation. Currently, these instruments are all made overseas, and as far as I know now, they're currently all made in China. So for some folks, I realize that is a problem. They have three basic series of instruments: the Regent series, the Artist series, and the Masterclass series. The Regent is all laminate construction. The Artist, which is what we'll be discussing today, has a solid top and laminate back and sides, whereas the Masterclass is all solid wood. So that's the first thing to know when discussing Alvarez instruments. The second thing is, what the heck is a baritone? Well, a baritone is a guitar that is tuned a fourth lower than a standard guitar. So it is way deeper sounding than a standard guitar because it is tuned B to B. So I say it's a fourth lower for the music folks. For the guitar folks, you can really think of it as capo minus 5. If we take a capo and we capo at 5, we are right back in standard tuning, E to E. Okay? So why would you want a baritone? Baritones are great for filling that space between a bass guitar and a regular guitar. It's also what's called a transposing instrument. So for example, I might want to play in B minor quite a bit. B minor fits my vocal range very well, in which case I would play in A minor with a capo on 2 because nobody wants to play all those weird bar chords in B minor. On the baritone, any baritone, because it's transposing, that just means you play E minor shaped chords, and all of a sudden you are in B minor. So this E minor shape is B minor. This E is B. Alright? So that's the wonder of a baritone. Also, many times I found that a baritone will fit a female vocal range very well. With my wife, if I'm playing for her, sometimes I might be capoed all the way down at 5 or 7, and capo 7 on a regular guitar, transpose a full octave down is exactly where a baritone is. So often a baritone will fit her vocal range very well, just sitting much lower in the mix. So baritones have a longer than normal scale length, nominally 28 inches. This one is 402 millimeters, which is 27.7 and change inches. 1 3/4 inch nut makes it very easy to play. The strings obviously are quite a bit heavier than normal. I believe the low B on this set is 70 thousandths of an inch across, as opposed to a regular guitar where it might be 54 or something like that. This one does have a pickup. It's hidden. The controls are right here, which I really like. This one has this cool shadow edge burst finish on it. I think that's exclusive to Guitar Center and Musician's Friend, which are really the same company. They don't like you to know that, but they are. It has a nice clean fretboard, just with the fret marker here at the 12th, which is kind of cool. Bound fingerboard, which is nice. Sealed tuners, which again I really prefer. I do not like open tuning pegs, although that is the style these days, but they get full of dust and crap, and I really like sealed much better. As far as I know, left-handed are not available. It has truss rod access inside, like a Larrivee or a Martin. These go for about $500 on the open market. I got this a couple years ago on Musician's Friend's stupid deal of the day. When Musician's Friend does a stupid deal of the day. It often can be a really stupid deal, and they were at $2.99 with free shipping. A couple weeks later, they were clearing them out, and they dropped them another $20. And Musician's Friend will honor that discount and pay you back as long as it's within 60 or 90 days. So I just called them up, spent 10 minutes on hold, but they gave me my $20 difference back. So kudos for Musician's Friend. It has this cool gloss finish, which you can see reflected in the lights on the top. Matte finish back and sides. So it's a nice compromise between an expensive all solid all gloss instrument and a mid-grade solid top, laminate back and sides, and polished top. Anyone who knows anything about the instrument business knows that polishing instruments is actually quite labor intensive. Martin is now using robots that are really cool, but it's mostly still done by hand, and so having a gloss top and matte back and sides saves quite a bit in labor dollars. Matt Larrabee told me it's about $200 in savings when Larrabee does theirs, just the top as opposed to the whole thing. So presumably, because these are made in China, the labor doesn't cost nearly as much as American labor, but it still would add to the cost. And this is meant to be a good, solid gigging instrument that you can take out, have fun with, and not break the bank. A few things I don't like. This has a strap button pre-factory installed on the bottom of the heel. That is dumb. That is a stupid location for a strap button. Strap buttons belong here so that it wraps around the heel and locks it in place. That's where Taylor puts it. That's where everyone normally puts it. This is very much where you might expect it on a electric guitar. I don't like that location, but it was there, so that's where I've got it set. Other than that, this Fingerpick's great. And the strings are heavy. They're a lot like a bass string, so not quite as heavy as a bass, but similar to a bass string. So if you whack on it, you will hear a fret rattle, and you will hear the strings rattling on each other. So to me, it fingerpicks much better than it strums, but I have a pick here, so I'm not much of a pick person, but so one thing you will notice is that this instrument has sustain, and it just goes and goes and goes. So if you want to really fill that background space, these are really cool. There's a few other companies that make these sort of entry mid-level baritones. Guild makes one now. I haven't had a chance to play with it, but Guild has always had a good reputation. Ibanez makes one. I've played those. I like this a little better. Ibanez shape's a little funky, but other than that, they're very nice as well. This is basically a small jumbo body, which is nice because that means you can get a case just about anywhere. This will fit in a Guild GA small jumbo body. It'll fit in a Taylor GA case. Taylor's GA body is basically a copy of the 70s Guild small jumbo. Shh, Taylor doesn't like you to know that, but it's true. I mean, within a 32nd of an inch, they're dead on. So same thing here, small jumbo body, much nicer than a Dreadnought, fits in your lap better, and it really fills that space. So check them out, they're pretty cool. They're not the main go-to guitar you're going to go to every time, but it's one more tool that's really cool to have in the toolbox. And that's all I have today. So thank you for listening, thank you for being there, and we'll see you next time on Instrument Time.